All right, welcome to Arc Breeding episode 23. And I hope you can see me clearly. And I got a breakthrough last time. And I'm going to show you what that is. Something manifested over there and scared all the fishes, but I'll go take a look at that in a second. Well, look what we have here. Female 288, male 288, male 288, male 288, male 288. So I got like 4 male 288s. And one, I think it's just, yeah. No, 3 female. 3 female 288s and 4 male 288s. Let's see, here's the female. Now I have to double check to make sure there's no mutations, but I'm pretty sure we're good there. Now, remember I told you that once we get the 288s, the male, female 288s, we are definitely going to get rid of all these lower level birds. These are all 276s. As far as I could tell, yeah, 276s. I won't need this male anymore. I won't need this female anymore. Even she is insufficient because she's a 282, not a 288. This one has the weight on it. I have to breed the weight off of this one. And it's still kind of hot in here. This one isn't necessary. This one has a new stem. Oh, no, wait. I already got that as part of these females here. See? So I got everything. I just have to incorporate the new weight on there. So here we go. So let's see. Let me check all these for mutations first. No. 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 And they got everything. Food, weight, everything. Now, I have a superior weight. That yellow bird's a superior weight, so we got to incorporate that in there. This weight is 213, which was my old standard, but my new standard is 218. It's a 5-point difference. Not that much, but it could work. So we don't need any of these guys. Oops. There we go. Any of the 276s. Just taking their saddles off, taking their meat off. Then I'll start to cryo them so I can dispose of them as quickly as possible. So, as you can see, it's quick and easy. You got to know which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of. So we have reached the maximum potential of 288. However, because of that superior because of that superior weight that I found in a different bird, we could go ahead and presume that it's going to go up to about level 290, maybe level 290. Okay. And that's fine and dandy. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So now I have to get cryos, put the rest of my clothes on, and start eliminating these birds. I don't need this male. Forgot to get him. See, I bred him with this 282. Eventually we got a 288. Then we kept breeding him with the 288, and now we got 288 males and females. So if I did not have this yellow bird, we could stop. But because I have a superior weight, that's just by 1 point, just 1 point, I'm going to take the time to go ahead and go for that because it'll help. And the ladies here, they're doing good. Oh, put this away. Ooh, I came home, it was 91 degrees in the house because when I leave, I turn off the unit because I'm not here. It turns out that my bosses took the equipment that I had, right? They took the equipment. And then later on, during the day, they came back and gave me back equipment. They gave me a better monitor and another laptop. And they said, just take it home. And when this project is done, you're going to work from home for the new project. And I'm like, okay. So it looks like going to work, spending this gas money to go out there, is just temporary. Isn't that interesting? I'd say it's interesting. But that's me, you know. That's me. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the rest of my clothes. Yeah, I just got back home. My poor babies were over there, all messed up. They were all hot and hungry, so I fed them, turned the AC on. The problem with the AC is it does take a while to, oops, wrong one, to go. Oh, I need to get rid of all those animals, so let me crowd all of them up. Okay, don't know if that's enough. That might be enough. All right. Go team, go. Thing about this air conditioning unit, it just takes forever. It just takes forever. All right, how you doing, brother? He's got 3 points. Put it right there where it belongs. How about you? 3 points also. There we go. See, they're leveling up slowly just by staying there, you know. Okay, so this male, we don't need the ammo. I mean that thing. This one we don't need either. We already got the stamina incorporated. Enjoy your last meal. Alright, let's get you in there. Get you in there. Get these guys in there. And then we take them and we slaughter them. Because they're too low level. So I was thinking of where I can go ahead and try to breed something like the Thylacoleo and at the same time go earn element. It turns out they don't do enough events to justify putting out any element. And because of that, what I have to do is try to get element quickly. And the quickest way to get element is to go to extinction. Excuse me. Yes, Aaron.
Hello.
Hi, Aaron. What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. How about you?
I'm playing my game, recording right now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you noticed the two things that were put up there.
Yeah, they just put some railings, right?
I was surprised.
Nah, that's not the first time an apartment complex has tried to make itself prettier to distract us from the fact that the
They're shit.
yeah. Yeah.
I know. Alright.
So where you at?
Just letting you know that I'm moving out of the apartment on July 2nd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're going back with your folks?
Heading back to my kids, yeah.
Yeah, because they need you, brother. That's okay. That's
Well,
good.
just don't say anything to them.
Oh no, I won't say anything to anybody.
But by the way, the animal control was here earlier today.
Oh, really? I didn't get a notice or a survey or anything.
Well, no, I'm just saying as I was leaving to go to drop off the books at the library, I noticed that they were pulling in, so you might want to keep your cats close to you because they're coming, so
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you so you know.
Okay.
That was the purpose of my call.
All right. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks.
Alright, take care.
All right. You too. Yeah. If you have animals that are not registered, or you have too many animals, there are too many animals running around, the apartment complex will come and they'll call ACS to come and trap them. So what'll happen is eventually they're probably going to trap all my animals because none of my animals are registered and I don't have the money to pay for that. So eventually my babies are probably going to get trapped if they fall for the traps. So, and they could also, technically they could walk in here and just take them because they don't care. But normally what they do is they give you a notice of some sort, you know. They give you a notice because, they have to. It's the law. Oh, I guess I did all these already. Yeah, I thought about it and I said, I love all my cats, but you know what? I know they're going to come get them. Now, one of my cats has a chip, the black one. So if she gets processed, let's see, this one. Oh, this one still has food on her. I didn't know that. I'll put some gas in there. I didn't know that one had food on it. So anyway, see, it's good that he told me, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I've had to come to the point where, because I failed to get my own house way back before the COVID, I failed to get my own casita. I pretty much doomed us because, the idiots that run the place can care less if you love your animals or not. The only thing they care about is regulations and avoiding lawsuits. And if somebody complains, and there's always some loudmouth jackass who's got something to say. There's always some fool out there that likes to make trouble for other people. It doesn't cost them anything to make trouble for other people, so they all go flap their jaw and stool on you and shit. And people like that are the real reason why I stopped trying to minister to man. I stopped trying to reach man because I realized man just doesn't give a fuck. Man is just shit and doesn't care. And that's the sad truth of most people. I wouldn't say everybody. There's a lot of empathetic people out there. Like, for example, JS6 is very empathetic, you know, but he's not in the position where he can't afford his animals. I'm there, where I can't afford them. So the state's probably going to take him, put him in kitty jail for an extended period of time, and then kill them off when nobody wants them. And it's so sad because when I got Cowcat fixed, the hell? When I got Cowcat fixed, she was in a cage for about a day. And you should have seen her. Whoa, what's this? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Oh, it's a female megalodon. What is she trying to do? What are you trying to do? What are you doing here? Oh, she's trapped in this structure. Okay, that's another one. It's a 20 and a 55. Okay, so those guys are trapped in there. That's why they're there. I was like, is it stalking me or what? And it's not. It's just... what the hell? Put it in the wrong place. There we go. So anyway, there's regulations. San Antonio is really anal when it comes to pets, animals. Most people, they love animals. They love cats and dogs. But when it comes to strays, they treat them like they're criminals. They put them in the kitty jail, and if nobody adopts them by so much time, they kill them. The city doesn't want to pay for them forever. Because these animals will live 10 years or so. So my friend told me that ACS was around. That tells me that they're looking for stray animals because the owner reported the stray animals. But the thing is, they're not really strays. They're just illegal aliens, I guess you could say. But that's why I realized, I said to myself, like way back in the day when I had my first cat, who was not registered or anything, I did pay for her. I paid for one animal because that's all I had was one animal. And then I lost her. And then I got another black cat that I thought was her, which wasn't her. And what I learned is it's just a scam. It's just a way of making money off you. They don't need to charge for animals. Maybe a small fee, but like several $100s per animal. And you can only have 2 and this and that. So essentially, I realized that when it comes to animals, I am not compatible with the way people think out here. I don't believe the same thing they do, but they're the ones with the guns. They're the ones with the ability to put fines and fees on you and all that. See, the Lord didn't provide a home for myself. He provided, people prayed for me, and he provided this apartment. But like I said, a real home would have been a place for me and all my animals. That would have been something. But the Lord would never go to that extent. He's, over there in the church, there's a sanctuary where we have church, right? And there's another plot of land right next to it, a bigger plot of land. Way back in the day, it was prophesied that the church would be built there on that bigger plot of land. That the church that we're in right now, sorry, I had to see if I could do this. Can I do it? No. No, I'll have to go and get a bird or something to get it. So anyway, the church we're in right now was supposed to be the youth center. The small church we're in now is supposed to be like a tabernacle. That's why they never installed permanent chairs or permanent pews. There are all these temporary chairs that you can just pick up off the floor, because that is supposed to be like a basketball court and a student center. It's designed for that purpose. And over there, it's been years, and they're still. Oh, let me put this shit away. Yeah, I don't want to carry all these around. They still are in that tabernacle, and that's the church of the Lord, and they're still not even paid for. It's not paid for. If it was, I'd be hearing rumors of construction starting and all this stuff, and it's not, because ultimately, way back in the day, when the other pastor, not the current pastor, but the pastor before him was there, the church had a big sign out there. And one day I drove by it and I saw, that looks funny. And there was bullet holes in the sign. Somebody shot at the church sign. Nowadays, under the new pastor, all that's been replaced. But I don't know what shady business was going on there. That's the thing. I'm not really part of the church. I go there, I give a little money, what I can. But I'm not really part of that organization. I was never really part of that organization. I want to believe I was, but it's just not true. The only people who are part of that organization are the inner ministers. And there was scandal going on. I don't know, something happened. But I thought that by now, after all these years, the main church, the real tabernacle, would be paid for, or at least in the process of construction. And it's not. See, if the Lord doesn't provide sumptuously for his own house, how can the Lord provide sumptuously for your house? Now, normally, you'd say it's just a trial of patience and maybe hard work, right? Something like that. Righteousness, faith. But the truth is, if the Lord doesn't provide for his own house, and I can't trust him to provide for his own house, how is he going to provide for my house? You see? And that's where I started shooting holes in God. But it turns out, let's look at the flip side. It turns out that what happens is this. Oh, I've got too many cryos on me. What happens is you're supposed to pray and fast your way through that and make a way with miracles. In faith, trusting that the Lord will provide. Not suggesting that the Lord can't provide for his own house, which is kind of stupid, but that he will provide when you prove your faith and your righteousness and you invoke, what's that? You invoke, shall we say, an argument of righteousness to be nice about it, or you invoke perfect virtue, you invoke perfect faith, that sort of thing. That's what's supposed to go on. But in the end, ultimately, it just didn't happen. None of this stuff happened. So you can interpret it as God being an incompetent that can't even provide for his own house and fulfill the vision. You have to understand that, the little student center is a temporary thing. The big piece of land next to it is the real tabernacle that's supposed to go down years ago. And it was supposed to be paid for, instigated and all that. That's what was supposed to happen. And, that shark is still there. Oof, it's creepy. But anyway, the point is that, is it a fault of the brethren why this is not done? Is it the fault of God why this is not done? Or is it just nobody's fault? It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? You have to develop a sense of why, how, and so on. You have to associate with that a sense of magnitude. If I pray a little, I'll get a little. If I ask for a little, well, maybe that's exactly what I'll get too. Oops, landed the wrong place. You see? But the thing is, a group of people got together and prayed to the Lord to help me out because I was homeless, living out of my vehicle. As some of you know, second time I've been homeless in my life, living out of my vehicle. Okay, second time. Before that, I was a kid living out of my stepdad's vehicle. And the Lord provided this sanctuary. But what you got to understand is that people aren't always in sync with the Lord's will. Some of these people just do their job and they don't care about right or wrong, what's good for the animals, whatever. They just want what they want to do. And what they want to do is get rid of anything that they consider a stray. I'm very liberal with my animals. I let them do what they want to do, go where they want to go. And the apartment complex doesn't want them that way. They want them indoors at all times. The last time I kept, by force, I kept my animals indoors. They incarcerated me. They processed me for about 3 days. The only reason I was let out of the apartment is simply because, the only reason I was let out of my apartment, let out of jail, is because I was bailed out. If I had not been bailed out, nobody had a key, I wasn't able to contact anybody, they wouldn't let me talk to my lawyer. You can make one phone call a day, you can't leave a message, there's no callback number. They purposely cut off everything. So all the rights that you think you have don't really exist. You're under the control of a private government corporation that can do what it wants to you. For all I know, they can do experiments to you or anything like that, for all I know. And so I wasn't able to get to my babies. If my mother didn't have the credit to bail me out the way she did, my cats would be starved to death. Dehydrated or starved to death. Probably dehydrated, because without water, you can't live. So, what I learned is that you do what you can for people or animals, or even an organization that you may believe in. But in the end, it really is never in your hands. Okay? It was never in my hands. I never had control over any situation. Ever. The little bit of control I have, I've already exploited. And that is it. I've done what I can. And these people, like the ACS, they will trap all these animals and kill them off eventually. They don't care. I lost a black and white cat, and that was like a couple of months ago. For all I know, they killed him off. If I go try to get him, oh, how many animals do you have? Where do you live? Do they allow animals? Can you pay? 50 questions. See, they try to do regulation, but the truth is they just destroy people's opportunity. And in the end, they just want you to pay them money for that animal. They're not going to give you the animal. If they really wanted you to have an animal, they'd just give it to you. They don't. Oh, and gets a couple of eggs. Okay. Yeah. So, if I had the money, if I had $6,000, $7,000, maybe even $9,000, I could afford to pay the closing costs and get a cheap small home somewhere. However, there's still regulations. There's still limitations upon how many animals I can keep and so on. these creatures called humans, these things out there floating around, don't care about how I feel and what I think. They don't acknowledge me as significant. And because they don't acknowledge me as significant, my opinion doesn't mean anything. And of course, they just ignore me. No matter what I say or what I do. It's just in one ear, out the other ear. And that's the bottom line. So I stopped trying to fight these people. I don't fight them anymore because they're evil, they're crazy, and they're full of the devil. And I'm being nice about it too. I am being nice about it. They don't value what I value. They'll never value what I value. I realized that quite a bit ago. I wouldn't say too many years ago. I wouldn't say years, but a while ago. I realized, like, for example, some of us listen to Jay Essex and think Jay's significant, important. Some of us blow him off and just say, nah, just some crazy old farmer, because of the way he dresses, But the truth is, time will tell who is correct and who's full of shit. Time is going to decide. When he's ready to pop, you and I are going to find out what the fuck's going to go down. The way I see it, it's like a Monopoly board. You have the pieces, you have the money, you have all these components. All he's going to do is clean it up and then put it away. I don't know how long that's going to take. Could take 1,000 years for all I know. But that's what's going to happen. And I got tired of trying to pretend that everything's going to be okay just because I have a little faith. It isn't. Now, what's happened is there's nothing I can do about it. I have to accept the fact that there's nothing I can do about it. I feed these animals as best I can. I do the best I can for them. There's one brown cat out there that lives across the street, but I don't know who she belongs to. For all I know, whoever her owner is, they moved out. I know she's fixed. She's an older cat, I think. And I feed that cat whenever I can. I get her in here, I feed her, try to help her, give her water. First thing she does is drink water because it's dehydrating out there. There's no swimming pool here. Nobody's putting out a lot of water. I can't put food out and I can't put water out. I did that when I first came in here because I'm empathetic towards the animals. But neighbors were complaining, whining, just being dicks. People suck. So these animals, if they go to kitty jail and they get killed off, it's not because I didn't love them. It's because society doesn't care. And that's what I've been fighting my entire life. A group of people called society who have more power, authority, resources than I do, who fundamentally do not give a shit about anything. And then I'm supposed to go out there and show some concern about, saving their souls. Oops. Oh, I forgot I got those eggs on me. I got those 2 giga eggs. They're heavy as hell. They're huge. Let me get these over here. My bad. Oh boy. Anyway, so far nothing. But as far as the court case is concerned, so far nothing from my lawyer. Just he put in the request, and who knows what'll happen. I don't know. But yeah, I realized I don't have the power to do anything. I lost my first cat, Smokey, when I only had her because of a stupid thing I did. I didn't understand cats. Now I could potentially lose my animals 1 or 2 at a time because ACS will eventually catch them. Simply because society doesn't want them out there. I can't keep these cats inside all the time. They'll go crazy. They're outside animals. They're not really inside animals. I used to do that in the old house. And I would let them go out on the balcony at night, but I wouldn't let them go down. Now I just let them out because I don't know how long I'll be here. You know, when I leave, I turn the AC off and I open up the balcony to let them out so that they can go out and live their kitty lives. Because once they capture them, put them in the kitty jail, they're gonna, like Cowcat, she was going crazy. You should have seen her. She was scratching at the cage when they brought her back after she got fixed. Scratching frantically, trying to get out. As soon as she heard my voice, she reacted. She knew. She wanted to get my attention. Because I love her. I love all my babies. But society doesn't love my babies. Society doesn't care about me or my babies. You don't care about me or my babies. And that's when I had to just realize, hey, John, there's nothing you could do about these people. They're demonic. They're crazy. They have no values. They have no soul. Most of them are programmed to self-destruct or to take you down with them. Everything that the 13 Sons said is already true. From you don't want to be in their system. You remember all those little things that he would drop? Everything he said is already run true. It's already manifested. In my life anyway. So like I said, I'm just going to keep living my life. Take care of them as long as I can. Maybe ACAs will get lucky. Maybe it won't. I'll go for a walk tonight, see if they put some traps down. I wouldn't be surprised if Bandit got caught. But as soon as Bandit, the black and white cat that is no longer with us, as soon as Bandit was taken, I waited about 2-3 weeks. And then I started looking at the websites, and I couldn't find a picture of them. I found some cats that kind of look like them, but I didn't find one here that's local. You see. Let's see. You can get a male. Here's the male. So, anyway, back to the terror birds for a second. This one has a superior weight, and this one has full 288 levels. So I'm going to make them. What I need is a male that will have the superior weight. Excuse me. If I get a female, I just put her in line and mate her again. But the baby has to have that weight. And then once I get a baby with that weight, I use that baby to try to hold on to it and just breed until I get that weight on them. So we just got to wait. These guys, I could breed more of them if I want, but like I said, I'm probably not going to mutate these. I could change my mind later. I don't know. If I have a choice between these and the Thylacoleo, I would definitely do the Thylacoleo because they're much more versatile. They can climb walls. What I would do with these is once I get this situated over here, is I probably will just make a couple for like mazes. There's something where you can jump, but if you had an animal with you, like that one that glides, you can glide from post to post instead of jumping. Yeah. Let me see something here. Oh, these are all the terror birds I just killed. Yeah, these are the ones I just killed. So there's nothing, no new deaths or anything. If something of yours dies, it'll be reported. Alright, I'm going to go down there and check out the sharks, see how they're doing. I've been putting that aside for now, just to see how they're doing, They're all in the circle, so they're all feeding, and that's what matters. Alright, Purple Rage. See how much food do I have in here. I still got a little bit, so I'm doing good there. Alright, I guess they're okay. Since I'm done with the Thylacoleo, a lot of my energy is being freed up. And I might start working more on the sharks, but I think that's about the only other thing I'm going to do is the sharks. What I need to do on this particular server is make a new base. So what I'll probably do is take it back up. And, oh, I don't need this stuff anymore. I forgot I don't need this. Right here. Oops, wrong one. Put this back in here. I try to put all the scuba in one place so I know exactly where it is. So anyway, I don't really need to be on this map. The only thing this map has that's super special is you can have black pearls. There's a spot where there's black pearls where you can get them real easy. And you need black pearls to make any kind of tech. Well, most of the good tech, you need black pearls. And so that's what's going on there. Yeah. So anyway, what I need to do is maybe go to extinction and see if there's a good base location over there that doesn't suck, and start mining element. Because I'm not going to get any element from the events here. The events here hardly ever happen. They do these dumb little events for like chibis and stuff. They used to have events every weekend. And then I guess they start it and stop it because there's a lot of work to make an event. That's true. But you know, it's not reliable. It's not, well, every week I'm going to be able to do an event. It used to be that way, where you could do an event and get some element out of it, 100, 200 element or whatever it is they give. But they don't do it anymore. So now you have to go farm your own element, make your own way. Now, I have these gigas, right? And they're producing eggs at level 427. With this level of giga, I can most definitely go ahead and try to do drops on extinction. And I think that's what I'll be doing. Oops, let me go get that egg. I'm sure that egg's popped out already. So let me get that egg before it disappears. Oh, there we go. So the only thing she has that I want is that weight. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here, cook it up. Yeah, it's going to be sad if I lose my baby. The problem is that one day, going back to the animals, it turns out that one day the manager was out there in the middle of the day, and he was evicting somebody, right? He was evicting some dude. He put the sticker on there. Same thing happened to me. And there was that brown cat that I take in to feed that I like. She has real big eyes. She was there and she was being playful. I had just fed her and she had gone out. She always hangs over there. I assume somebody owns her, but that could not be the case, because if that were true, she'd have somewhere to go inside. You know, she'd be inside an apartment. I think maybe her prior owners left her and that was her last known location. So she didn't know. To her, that's home, I guess. So that guy, he probably called ACS from that point, and it's taken them this long to do that, you know, to come out here. Now those guys, if the procedure is correct, they're going to be running around looking for animals they can catch that the management says don't belong. And the challenge here, because, you know, I could pray to the Lord. I say, hey, Lord, get me a house. You know, I can do that, and I can put it out there. Get me an opportunity to take care of my babies. But it would be really sad. I mean, my heart would definitely break again. Just like Smokey. When I lost Smokey, it just destroyed me. If I lose even just one of these babies. But I got no choice. Right now, this second, There's no real choice. So that's why what it turns into is a way for the other side to exploit something that I value. Every time you love something, it could be used to control you, exploit you, dominate you, hurt you, manipulate you. Everything you love becomes extortion or a way to extort something from you. Everything. And nobody's really on your side. People think they're on your side, but they're not. In reality, people are not on your side. They're on the side of the system. Whoever's in charge, whoever has authority, whoever has control, whoever has money, whoever has position, those are the people they care about. Everybody else is irrelevant. You only care about your bosses. You don't care about the little things. So I'm stuck where I raise these babies and I've done everything I can for them, and it's coming to the point where they're going to come probably take them away. But hell, if I'm going to give them to them, they're going to have to go trap them and find them and all that shit. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. When I lost Smokey, it was like losing a daughter. When I lose these guys, it's going to be like losing my children. All my children. My only children. And it's all because I'm not wealthy enough to pay, and they only limit you to 1 or 2 animals at the most. At the most. Yeah. That's how cruel life is. You love something and it just exists to be there until somebody just rips it out of your heart. That's how evil this creation is. That's how evil people really are. And that's why I stopped running around chasing people down saying, do you want Jesus in your life? Do you believe in the Lord? The Lord can save you. That's why I stopped doing it, because I realized that he's making excuses. He's covering things up. That even God doesn't value what you value. God doesn't value what you value. He doesn't. Look at Job, because the Lord had the audacity to compare me to Job. So let's exploit the example of Job. The man was blessed because he was a righteous man of faith. Okay? He pleased the Lord in every way. So whatever this man's frame of mind, methodology, attitude, viewpoint was, he gave God an erection. He basically really made God happy. And you know what God did? He allowed the devil to touch him, to curse him, to give him diseases. He took away all his wife. He took away his children. Can you imagine God authorizing the death of your children? Now, the goal was to bless him more. And you know that famous saying, well, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You see? In that case, after he suffered and he lost everything, the Lord repented. The Lord God repented and gave him back everything he lost eventually. But during that time, he was suffering with diseases, boils, and I forgot what else happened to him. All kinds of shit. Nasty shit. You know? And that is what happens in the real world. The Lord will use ACS to test me, and I'll fail because I actually love these children. I love them. And I want nothing but the best for them. He's not protecting me. He's not backing me up. If he was backing me up, he would have helped me buy that damn house. He would have helped me buy that damn house. My mother would have been tapped to help me buy that damn house. I only needed, $2,000. $2,000. Nowadays, you want to buy a house, you need maybe $6,000 to $8,000. Maybe. Yeah. So Opportunities have gone. They came and they went. I could have had my babies safely in their little area. And now they're out there in someone else's complex who has their own rules, their own values, and doesn't give a shit about what I think. I can guarantee you that every single apartment manager on the planet doesn't give a shit about what you think. Okay? They will choose their rules over your good intention anytime. Because that they're getting paid for their rules, they're not getting paid for your good intention. And it's just cruel. So what I decided to do, since I know that anything like that can happen, I mean, they can come in here and steal my mother's ashes. They can come in here and steal all this equipment, you know? It's just no point. The last time I chewed out God and I cursed God and I hated on his ass, you know what he did? He sent some thieves to come steal the catalytic converter out of my car. And I lost half of my income tax return to have it replaced. Let's see. Okay, it's a male. The weight's just 213. It doesn't have the weight. I need a male with the weight on there in order to consider it viable. Yeah. It's supposed to be 218, I believe. Darn it. I'll have to try again. Yeah, it's 218.4. So this male's useless. I have to kill it off real quick. Damn it. Let's see. That's fine. So anyway, at least I tried, right? I almost got it. Everything down here, everything is pure corruption. See, when the guy told me, you see all this? You see all this? And I go, yes. He goes, it's pure corruption. He goes like that. What he doesn't realize is that you can point it out that way and just be talking about regular people. Regular people are just purely corrupt everywhere. I've never met a good person. I never met anybody who was anything but fake, except my first pastor, the very first pastor I had. I'm convinced that he was serious. I'm convinced that his love was real. Other people may not believe that, but I do. When I looked into his eyes, I could see real love looking back at you. So he really was Jesus to his congregation, to everybody. And that's what I always love about Pastor Collins. You can see that love in his eyes. You can see it. It wasn't anything malicious. It wasn't anything. It wasn't an act. It was real. And people like that are rare birds. I mean, really rare. You find somebody like that, you better enjoy them. You better cherish them. Because it doesn't always happen, you know. I think what I'm going to do is make a couple of foundations and take a bed with me. I think I have... I don't know. I thought it may be... You know what? I may have already put a foundation over there. Let's see. Let's get back up here. He didn't have anything on him. And let's go for a magic carpet ride over there. And see what we have. Oh, look. Another megatherium. Remember, I was trying to find all these megatheriums, and ultimately, it's just like their statistics just kind of topped out. So I got tired of taming all these megatheriums that you don't have any extra points on them. It's just below my standard. So after a while, you're like, might as well just chill out. But anyway, let's go to extinction, and I think I put a foundation there with a bed. I don't know if it was this extinction or the one on Twisted. I get confused. It could be this one. It could be the one on this cluster. But anyway, like I was saying, I realized that these cats They're like criminals. Their days are numbered. Eventually, society will destroy them. And see, that's the supporters. This is the one that's here. We'll find out if I have a bed there or not. It'll say that there's a bed or not. But I'm pretty sure I didn't do this one. I think I did the other one. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's hard to remember. When you bounce between two server clusters and several different maps, it's hard to remember. Oh, it looks like there's no... Okay, so I'll just spawn there in the middle. Alright. It doesn't look like there's anything here. I was so sure that I had done that. Well, actually, that's a pretty neat piece of land right there. And it's underneath protection. What's this? Oh, it looks like somebody's base location's no longer being used. Looks like a good one. Who's this base? TMT. Oh, this is probably an admin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think is their name. Anyway. Let me find my... Let's see, I think I'm in this direction. So it looks like there are some spots open here. See, on Extinction, you could build... I think you could build 36 walls high. I think. Like, here's somebody's idea of a base. You see, they just put down foundations and a bed. And they're happy with that. This one, the Dodo Empire, demolish allowed. You see? Because they've been gone for probably more than 25 days or something. Yeah. You put anything on land here and you're just going to get yourself killed, because the truth is one time I had built in an area I thought was relatively safe, and it was. It was relatively safe. I had walls properly built and everything. Well, shit. Some asshole griefs me. He logs in and kites one of the corrupted gigas to my base. And it was like, I think it was like right here. Let me see. Yeah, this is my old base location right here. You see this area? I sealed everything off. And I chose this. And the motherfucker griefed me. He brought he let a corrupted giga in here, and it just destroyed my base. And then he took off with he stole all my animals, anything I had in cryo. And I had just moved there. That was going to be my new base location. That motherfucker, you know. Well, it looks like yeah, this is where I normally build, like right here. Right there. That's usually where I build. Right there. You see? What level is that one? 50 now. See, the pretty ones are usually shit. Well, anyway. The good thing about this one is it was protected, because if you don't have a shield or something to protect you from the bombardment, the orbital bombardment, this structures will protect you. This will prevent you from getting killed. And that's why I like this so much. So anyway, I was thinking maybe I can go up here to one of my older things and try to do something. Like, this is another one of my favorite spots. It's just like right here. I like to build like right here, because there's water right underneath me, and there's also otters down here too. If you ever want a quick otter, a low level quick otter maybe, nothing fantastic, you could try to look here. Yeah, most of the time there's an otter or something or other here, not just fish. Yeah, you have to look around. The only problem with that water is it's so dank, it's kind of hard to see. You do this. Anyway. So it looks like there's not a lot of people here. What I do is I go over here and I hit all these. You see these? These will give you almost 1,000 a hit right here. 1,000 element dust. Each 1,000 element dust is one element. So that's that. You gotta watch it with those guys because they will kill you and your tame if they hit a bug. They become super aggressive. Oh, look at that pretty one. 115. So anyway, most people just log in here, do their shit, and leave. This guy's base is still here. This guy is awesome, man. I don't know how he did it, but he's awesome. I think he put a couple of Scorpio. Yeah, it's an active base. Look at that. It's active. And he's got water going down. He gets water from over here somewhere. There it is. He puts it in the ground right there. Haha. This guy's base. You bet Jurassic. These names, man. Here's another one. What is that? Cajun dodo wings. Anyway. Well, guys, it's going to be hard. Because if I make a phone call and I say, hey, those are my animals, give them back, you're going to get the 50 questions. Because the regulators are in control. You're not in control of anything on this planet. The only thing that gives you control on this planet is money. God could make a way where there is no way, but I would have to fast and pray like the good old days to try to get something done. I mean, days. I would have to fast and pray for days. And even then, I just don't have that kind of relationship much anymore with anybody. I severed the relationship simply because nobody cared. I know that God doesn't care. God doesn't care if I lose my life. When he put me in that box, and you rest assured, I guarantee you, the Most High did put me in that box. Because he's the one that put that demon in me. He's the one that did all that shit. He doesn't care if I die. Because I was going to die in that box alone if my mom hadn't bailed me out. It was that close. It was that fucking close. And people don't give it the value it deserves. It's dangerous what they did. Very dangerous. You have a diabetic type 2 with all those damn dark energies. Oh, wow. Maybe these things are available. Let me see. Oh, wow. These are lower level than mine. They're only level 200. 257. Hours. No, that's minutes. Hours, days. So 6 days. Looks like 6 days before I could claim anything here. It looks like there was a base here, or they're in the middle of building a base. I'm not sure. But somebody had some Ingrams to do this shit. Oh, wow. 495. That's not bad. Now that bird's better than my birds. Mine are only, what, 419 or something? Or was it? I forgot what level my birds are. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, people go to these events and they get these really powerful animals and then they don't do anything with them. It's crazy. So like that's an example of a sheltered base right there. But it's got that hole in the middle. And the only way you could fill that hole is if you put Like, you could put those platforms on there, but I don't know if they're big enough to fill that hole. That hole probably has to be founded on the bottom, or the foundation has to be on the bottom to take care of it. Another area I wanted to exploit beforehand is yeah. After they start taking them, I'm going to be pissed off for a while, but please excuse me. I really love my animals. You see right here, this area right here, this is big enough for a base right here. And if you could build it 3 high, you can even build up here if you want. You could build up here, put your base here, which should be protected by this wall, I would think. And then put your tames down here. You see what I'm saying? You put your tames down here, and you should be good to go. Wall all this off. But like I said, you know, some griefer went up in there and screwed up my animals. So I can't really place them like up here because they could be hit by the bombardment. If I place them here. Do I have this, Ingram? Oh, I never got it. That's what that is that's a note. It's an Explorer note. And this is one of the high-tech ones, the one who waits. So this whole thing, it has a certain storyline to it. Like here's another one. This is another place where people come. And this is good because it's protected by an overhang. Let's see. Dire wolf, yeah. So this guy probably comes here and just does drops or something. You don't need much when you're just doing drops. So anyway, let's go out here for a while. You see in the distance over there, underneath those big bones, you see that right there? That is called an orbital drop, right there. And what happens is when you get within a certain range of the orbital drop, the timer will start to kick off. Let's get a better view. You see, it fell from the sky. It's like a drop pod, and it fell from the sky, and it's going. So what you have to do is you actually have to protect this from getting destroyed. And so what happens is people will put some walls around it, maybe throw some Vellonosaurs out so they can shoot at whatever comes in and take a couple of gigas. You know, like 2-3 people take some gigas, and you get blueprints and all kinds of unique stuff. When I was over here, this was one of my favorite bases, or one of my favorite maps, excuse me. It's just so screwed up, you almost love it. Kind of reminds me of Laredo also, just like Scorched Earth. Except this is more of a rocky, nasty looking Laredo. But in a way it's more accurate. So there's corrupted creatures of all kinds. Like that's a corrupted stego. If I go kill that stego, assuming I can. See. I get 64 corrupted nodule. A corrupted nodule is just like a like polymer. You see? So I get hide, something to make CP with, and polymer. This is like polymer. So you can run around the map on a wyvern and kill a bunch of shit and get you know, XP as well as good viable resources. Here's a corrupted animal here. Corrupted raptor. See, there's more bugs here I can get. Chitin from them. So you don't have to be on rag. You could do everything here. The only downside to this map is this. See, I get the equivalent of poly, chitin, hide easily. The only problem is that if this creature, like the one I'm writing, it tries to go up a level, right? If it tries to go up a level, what'll happen is this. You put the point into the level, and instead of giving you the percentage you would get on a regular map, it gives you a lower percentage. It doesn't matter where you are on this map. As long as you're on this map, you get a lower percentage on your animal. So if you breed anything here, don't try to level it here. Take it to rag or any other map and level it over there. There's no place here where you level an animal and you get the full potential of the animal. Right now, I leveled this animal already. It's already got 10,360.9 health right now. If I put a level into it, let's say I get another level and I put it in there, that health is going to go down probably to like 9,000. It's going to go down. It's going to go down because it'll apply the scale of leveling of this map to the animal. And the animal will not go back up again, even if you take it to another map. And that's the hardest thing about this map, is it has that function, and it sucks because in a way it's really not fair. So there we are. Yeah. All right. So back to the lesson. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm feeling weird. Maybe it's the heat, but I don't know. It's just kind of strange. The point is that you can do that. You can breed here, but just don't level here. Go to a different map. Just pointing that out. But anyway, back to the animals. I miss my babies already. But you know what? I just reached a point in my life where I'm tired of fighting the system. It doesn't care. It's soulless. The people that run it are soulless. God is taking their side because his morals and his ethics are expressed through the devil. His morals and his ethics are expressed through the devil. They're not expressed through the Christ. The Christ was a victim of God. God tortured the Christ. God allowed the Christ to be crucified, sat there, did nothing about it. See, this is what you do. You come over here and they build these foundations here. They put all these damn foundations here. And you know what this does? You know what that does? Let me show you what that does. You put the foundations too close, and these tables here that you're supposed to be able to hit with a doti to get element, they don't manifest again. That's why they should make it illegal to put any kind of foundation too close to that shit. Now, they may have not put too much foundation there, but the second they start building there, these idiots, that shit's going to stop manifesting, and there goes all your free element. There it goes. You okay, brother? You want to go outside? Are you okay? This is a poor gray cat here with one bad eye. Do you think the state cares? Anyway, I think I'm just going to end this episode. We've already been on like an hour and 15 minutes. We're not really going into any more breeding. All that's already been decided. I just got to put that weight. I'm going to stop the breeding process here for the terror birds. After I'm done putting that weight on there, I'm just going to go ahead and end the episodes. I was going to continue with the Thylacoleo, but you can catch that on the regular episode of Twisted Soto. And you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.